not because I'm still in love with him. I mean, hey, I like Ross as much as the next guy. Clearly I have feelings for him, but feelings don't mean love. I still have loving feelings for Ross, Yeah.
There was an idiomatic phrase in that previous clip. I hope that you heard it. These videos are all about idiomatic phrases. Hello, my name is Dakota, and if you've ever walked out of an English class thinking, hey, I'm beginning to really understand English, only to be totally frustrated when you sat down and watched an American movie. You may have understood most of the words being spoken, but you couldn't understand the meaning. Having a clear understanding of English is so important, whether it's being used in school, social situations, or in your professional life. English has become the common world language, and regardless of why you're trying to learn it, it is essential that you understand the true meaning of what is being said. To do so, you must understand idioms and phrasal verbs. This is why I'm making these videos. So sit back and relax, and let's learn about idioms and phrasal verbs.
Let's take a look at our first phrase. The name of this phrase is pass out. The meaning of this phrase is to become unconscious, to faint. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is occasionally. An example of this phrase is Jason worked all night on his project. About 5 a.m., he simply passed out. This means that Jason worked all night and that early in the morning, he fell asleep at his computer because he couldn't stay awake. And just to summarize, pass out means to lose consciousness, to faint, to collapse. Excellent. Now let's take a look at some video clips that provide examples of this phrase.
Well, then climb back down.
That doesn't seem any more likely.
So what's your plan, Koopa?
Well, it's not exactly a plan, but I think I'm going to pass out.
Here, Sheldon is trying to learn rock climbing. He is very afraid and says that he feels like he will pass out. Sheldon is saying that he feels like he will lose consciousness, or to say it another way, faint.
No, out of gas? How can I be out of gas?
Boy, we ain't as dumb as you think we are.
But, how did you...
We siphoned your gas while you were passed out. Ka-chow.
Ow!
Here, Lightning McQueen is trying to escape from Radiator Springs. However, he runs out of gas. He is confused how this could happen, and Sally explains that they siphoned his gas the night before, when he was passed out. Sally is explaining that they took the fuel from his tank when he was unconscious the night before. He was unconscious in the sense that he was in a deep sleep the night before, because he was exhausted.
Yeah, about jellyfish and how if you... Ew! You peed on yourself?
Ew! You can't say that! You don't know! I thought I was gonna pass out from the pain.
Here, Monica is explaining that she had been stung by a jellyfish and that the pain was so bad, she felt like she might pass out. Monica is saying that the pain from the jellyfish stinging her was so bad, she felt like she might lose consciousness. Great! Now let's look at our second phrase. The name of this phrase is have feelings for. The meaning of this phrase is to feel love or affection for someone. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is frequently. An example of this phrase is I met Edgar 6 months ago while hiking. We were just friends. However, now I'm beginning to have feelings for him. The woman is saying that she is starting to fall in love with Edgar. And just to summarize, have feelings for means to become emotionally or sexually attracted to someone. Now let's look at some video clips that provide examples of this phrase.
I was hugging her as a friend. Okay, it's not my fault her hair got in my face. She's got a lot of it, and it smells all coconutty. What? Oh, it doesn't mean I have feelings for Rachel.
Here, Ross is saying that when he hugged Rachel, he could smell her beautiful hair. When Phoebe stares at him, he says that this doesn't mean he has feelings for her. Ross is saying that just because he hugged Rachel and enjoyed the smell of her hair, it does not mean that he is in love with her.
So what do you think? Are we gonna get back together?
Whoa, not so fast.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
Leonard, you know I will always have feelings for you.
Oh, God.
What?
You said always. You'll always have feelings for me.
So?
Here, Leonard is having dinner with Penny and is hoping to reunite his relationship. When he asks if she thinks that they will get back together, Penny says that she will always have feelings for him. Penny is saying that she will always have a form of love for Leonard. But Leonard thinks that Penny is saying she will always have a kind of love for Leonard, but not true love.
Not because I'm still in love with him. I mean, hey, I like Ross as much as the next guy. Clearly I have feelings for him, but feelings don't mean love. I still have loving feelings for Ross, Yeah! But I have continuing feelings of love.
Here, Rachel is talking to Phoebe about having feelings for Ross. She is clearly confused about how she truly feels and is trying to say that although she has loving feelings for Ross, she's not sure that this means she is in love with Ross. Fantastic. Let's continue on with our third phrase. The name of this phrase is make a pass. The meaning of this phrase is to show someone that you want to begin a romantic or sexual relationship. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is occasionally. An example of this phrase is, I met Terrell in a coffee shop and he quickly made a pass at me. I actually liked this. It showed me that he was a confident person. The girl is saying that a young man that she met in the coffee shop quickly let her know that he would like to have a romantic relationship with her. And just to summarize, make a pass is to do or say something that clearly shows a romantic or sexual interest. Excellent. Now let's look at some video clips for more examples of this phrase.
Here's the plan. Once Chalmers comes for his next inspection and sees how crappy the school has gotten, he'll fire Ned on the spot.
One question remains. How do I get out of the Army?
No problemo. Just make a pass at your commanding officer.
Done and done.
Here, Skinner is asking Bart how he can get out of the Army. Bart tells him that he just needs to make a pass at his commanding officer. Bart is telling Skinner that if he tells his boss that he is interested in beginning a romantic relationship with him, he will be asked to leave the Army.
Thank God he couldn't place me. I drove from college to New York with him 5 years ago, and it was the longest night of my life.
What happened?
He made a pass at me, and when I said no, he was going with a girlfriend of mine. Oh, God, I can't remember her name.
Here, Sally is talking with her boyfriend about how she met Harry many years ago. She explains that Harry made a pass at her, and that she said no. Sally is saying that Harry had expressed his interest in beginning a romantic relationship with her, and that she had told him that she was not interested.
Look, we've been friends a long time. Go ahead and ask. Well, I'm just wondering why you've never made a pass at me.
Here, a woman who is divorced and has 3 children is asking Harry why he has never made a pass at her. The woman likes Harry and is asking him why he has never suggested that they have a romantic relationship. So we've now finished 3 phrases. What do you think? Are you enjoying these videos? We have more of these free videos online and we're working hard to add more each week. It takes a lot of time to create this content and we could really use your help. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing to our channel, you will be able to receive notifications whenever we upload a new video to YouTube. We really need your help. Great work! We're now going to discuss our 4th phrase. The name of this phrase is throw in the towel. The meaning of this phrase is to stop trying to do something. To give up. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is seldom. An example of this phrase is, I waited until the day before my final exam to start studying. I realize that there's no way I'm going to pass the test. It's time to throw in the towel. The boy is saying that he should give up because there's no way that he's going to pass the test. And just to summarize, throw in the towel means to give in and accept defeat. To quit. Now let's look at some video clips that provide examples of this phrase.
Yeah, look at this team. We look like we're already beat. Who can we put at the plate that will set this place on its ear? Keep this team from throwing in the towel.
Look at the boy standing on home plate. Ain't he something?
Here, the coach of the New York Yankees baseball team is asking what he can do to prevent his team from throwing in the towel. The coach thinks that the players for his team have stopped working hard to win baseball games because they feel it is hopeless. The coach wants to change the attitude of his players. Another way to describe throwing in the towel is to say, give up.
So I gave it a shot. Hamilton tells me you're not supposed to throw those away.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not making any money. My videos hardly get any views. I think it's time for me to throw in the sticky towel.
Wow, that's a pretty sad story, Principal Shepard.
Here, Chris is talking to the principal at his school. The principal explains that he is posting videos online, but that very few people are looking at them. He says that he is thinking of throwing in the towel. The principal is saying that since very few people are looking at his videos, he is thinking about not posting any more videos in the future.
What's wrong? It's the shoulder. It's the shoulder. It's the shoulder. Oh, it's old shoulder injury. Oh, yo, miss, I'm gonna have to toss it. Hey, no problem, man. I'm sorry, man. You okay?
Here, Riggs is practicing boxing when he falls and hurts his shoulder. He re-injures an old shoulder problem and, although it is difficult to hear, he says that he thinks that he has to toss in the towel. Toss is another way to say throw, and he is saying that he thinks that he needs to stop boxing because of the problem that he is having with his shoulder. That's terrific. We're now going to look at our 5th phrase. The name of this phrase is shoulder to cry on. The meaning of this phrase is a person who gives sympathy and support. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is occasionally. An example of this phrase is, Denise just lost her job because of a corporate layoff. She's very upset and really needs a shoulder to cry on. This means that after losing her job, Denise needs someone to listen to her and comfort her. And just to summarize, a shoulder to cry on is someone who will listen to your problems and give you sympathy and emotional support. Now let's look at some video clips that provide examples of this phrase.
Guess you talked to your mom, huh?
I was upset. My mom can be a pretty good shoulder to cry on if the smell of Ben Gay doesn't burn your eyes.
Here, Howard is talking with his girlfriend, Bernadette, about how he was upset about his relationship with Bernadette. He says that he talked with his mother, because his mother has a pretty good shoulder to cry on. Howard is saying that his mother is capable of providing him emotional support during times when he is upset.
Wasn't that just thrilling?
Yeah, it was.
He must really have been needing that.
Take it easy. Don't cry at the beginning of a date. Yeah, just cry at the end like I do. You all right?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, no.
And don't be a shoulder for him to cry on either. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing else.
Okay.
Here, Dorothy is talking with her sister, Laurel, just prior to going on a date with Jerry. Laurel tells her sister not to be a shoulder for Jerry to cry on. Laurel is telling her sister not to let Jerry spend their whole date, making her listen to him and his problems.
You don't want anything?
Oh, no, thank you. I've already had a coffee. One's quite enough.
To be honest, I don't really give a crap about interest rates. If he didn't get the loan, he's going into bankruptcy anyway. The investor's got money. Let him go cry on the shoulder of his trophy wife.
Here, Jerry and Katie are in line to get coffee and end up overhearing a man behind them, talking about how he doesn't care about another man who may be losing a lot of money. He says that he can go and cry on the shoulder of his wife. The man is saying that he doesn't care about the man's problems and that he should go and seek emotional support from his wife. All of us here at TD English hope that you're enjoying these videos, but we need your help. The YouTube algorithm doesn't really support us because we are a young channel. If you enjoyed these videos, please spread the word by copying the link to this video to Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, or any other form of social media that you use. We need our community of English learners to work together to allow us to produce more of this content. We also want to thank all of you for subscribing and helping us. It is greatly appreciated. You're doing great. Let's look at our sixth phrase. The name of this phrase is strong suit. The meaning of this phrase is something that a person does well. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is occasionally. An example of this phrase is, I love to go skating with my mother, but I must admit, skating is not my strong suit. The girl is saying that she loves being with her mother at the skating rink, even though she is not very skilled at skating. And just to summarize, strong suit is a particular skill or ability that a person has. Great! Now let's look at some video clips for examples of this phrase.
Wait, what?
He lied, and I'm feeling very uncomfortable about it.
Well, imagine how I'm feeling.
Hungry? Tired? I'm sorry, this really isn't my strong suit.
Here, Sheldon gives Penny some surprising news, and Penny says, "Imagine how I'm feeling." Sheldon tries to guess how she's feeling, but when unsuccessful, says, "I'm sorry, this isn't my strong suit." Sheldon is saying that he is not skilled at speculating about the feelings of other people.
You know what? Let's get out of here.
Where are we going?
Somewhere where no one's seen me naked. We may have to drive a while.
Subtlety isn't her strong suit, is it?
Here, Penny is talking with Amy about a problem that she is having with Leonard. When Penny suggests that they go out somewhere, they are surprised to see Leonard and Sheldon. Since she doesn't want to see Leonard, she quickly closes the door. Sheldon says that subtlety isn't her strong suit. Sheldon is saying that Penny's ability to not be so obvious with her anger is not a skill that she has.
Do you understand the irony of your fixation on a man with super speed, while after 5 years, all I can get out of you is a distracted makeout session on a couch?
Irony's not really my strong suit. But I have been getting better with sarcasm if you want to give that a try.
Here, Amy is angry at her boyfriend, Sheldon. She is trying to explain the irony of the situation. Sheldon says that irony is not his strong suit. Sheldon is saying that he is not very skilled at understanding situations that involve irony. Okay, we've come to our last phrase. The name of this phrase is, put a sock in it. The meaning of this phrase is, this is used to tell someone to be quiet. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is seldom. An example of this phrase is, I can't believe it. My wife just told me to put a sock in it. She doesn't want to listen to my feelings. The man is upset because his wife told him to be quiet. And just to summarize, put a sock in it is used to tell someone to stop talking and be quiet. Great! Now let's look at some video clips for examples of this phrase.
I think I'm completely insane, Blenkinsop. Mummy would never send me to a place like this. Take me home. You see, there are savages. I refuse to leave the car.
Well, put a sock in it, Seals. We've got no choice.
Take me home right now.
Here, Celia is upset because she is being made to go out to the country and visit people that she doesn't like. When Celia screams, her brother says, put a sock in it. Her brother is telling her to be quiet and stop being so loud.
You're right, Marge. It's not my fault. I'm not gonna let him treat Poochie like dirt anymore just because he's the new guy.
Right on, Mr. S.
Put a sock in it, Roy.
Here, Homer is expressing his anger about how a man is not treating a cartoon character, Pookie, with respect. After Homer finishes speaking, Roy tells Homer that he is supportive of his thoughts. After hearing this, Homer tells Roy to put a sock in it. Homer is telling Roy to shut up and stop talking. This is ironic because Homer is treating Roy the same way the other man is treating Pookie. Congratulations, you've completed the video. I hope that you will now understand these phrases when you hear them in the future.